When you buy heavy equipment, your first questions may be, what about service? Is there a dealer network? We've all been conditioned to believe that a dealer network equals good service. When you have a problem with a dealer, you'll most likely have to transport your machine to the nearest dealer shop. The big issue is the delay in service. You may have to wait days or weeks to even find out what's wrong, much less get your machine fixed and back to work. When your machine breaks down, the chain of events with the traditional dealer goes something like this. First, you try to find out what's wrong by going through basic diagnostics. Oil pressure, temperature, you look for leaks, and so on, but most likely you won't find the problem. Next, you call your boss. If you work for a company with a fleet of equipment, that may be your supervisor. If you're the machine owner, then you'll probably call your dealer directly and speak to a service rep or your salesperson. Now, you wait. You may not hear back for a while. It may even take a day or two, and you have no idea what the problem is or when it will be fixed. While you wait, your supervisor or your dealer service rep is probably trying to reach and schedule an available technician. During all this waiting, someone with your company needs to call your customer and tell them that the machine is down, the project's on hold, and you cannot really tell them how long it'll be. If you're lucky, you may get a field service visit in a few days. Not knowing the problem, the service technician most likely will not have all the possible parts on hand, so it's really a diagnostic visit. The truth is, as hardworking and dedicated as they are, service technicians can be overwhelmed with the number of brands and types of machines that they have to keep up with. So it's very common for them to seek additional technical support, maybe even from the manufacturer. This can add days, sometimes weeks, to the timeline. And you still have no idea what the problem is, simple or complex. You have nothing more to tell your customer, so you wait. You may have towed your machine to a dealer's or an independent shop. This adds even more time and more cost. Remember, during all this downtime, your operators still want to be paid. Your customer still wants the project finished on time. Eventually, your machine will get diagnosed, parts will be sourced. Hopefully, your dealer will have them in stock, but there's a good chance they'll need to order them from the manufacturer. Again, more waiting. Finally, your machine is fixed and you're back to work. Here is the really big issue. What if the problem was a not so obvious problem to diagnose, but it turned out to be a fast and simple fix? You could have been back up and running in hours, not days or weeks. How many times has this happened to you? But what can you do? Another hard truth is this. When your machine breaks down, there's only one winner, the dealer. Either the customer pays or the manufacturer pays, sometimes both. Either way, you are out of both time and money. Manufacturers are struggling with dealers that are poorly trained, have no motive to perform quickly or efficiently, and generally end up taking longer and spending more on warranty work than necessary. This is why so many brand name manufacturers are purchasing back dealerships all over the world. As a manufacturer, Gyro-Trac believes the best service is to provide an immediate, accurate diagnosis in the field, fast access to parts, and empower rapid repairs to get you and your machine back in business as quickly as possible. Now let's take a look at the chain of events with Gyro-Trac's NEXUS service platform. Let's say the cutter head won't go up or down. First, the machine operator calls the NEXUS service hub. NEXUS has the operator to start the machine and try to raise or lower the cutter head. With remote real-time monitoring of every system on your machine, NEXUS can see what's going on. Electronic signals, pressures, temperatures, everything. With a couple of simple steps to isolate the problem, NEXUS has determined that the hydraulics are good, the relay is good, it must be a simple connection that needs cleaned. The problem is diagnosed, fixed, and you're back in business fast. This is a level 1 problem, something that can be fixed the same day. Let's say NEXUS helped you determine that a relay is bad. The part is sent overnight. NEXUS walks you through the simple step-by-step process to replace it, and the machine is back in business the next day. This is a level 2 problem. Whether you need to isolate a hydraulic component or test a few circuits, most level 1 and level 2 problems can be fixed by the operator in the field the same day or the next day, if a part needs to be sent overnight. Level 3 problems may need a service truck or the machine hauled back to a shop, but the diagnosis is already made, the part is on its way, and the machine will be back in business in the shortest amount of time. An example of a level 3 problem could be, let's say there's no power to the right track. NEXUS walks you through the process of isolating the hydraulics to determine where the problem is. In a short period of time, the operator has determined the issue is a charge pump. Maybe replacing this is a little too complicated for the operator, so you engage your Gyro-Trac factory authorized service technician. Who is the GT Fast? If you're the owner and you're handy with mechanical work, this could be you. If you work for a big company and have in-house service, this could be your company's service department. Or it could be a third-party local technician whom you trust. The good news is, if it's warranty work, we pay you or your GT Fast. It is very important to understand that the most efficient way for NEXUS to work is for the machine operator to have a single point of contact at the NEXUS service hub who will make it their personal mission to solve your problem fast. The NEXUS technician has access to all of the engineering drawings and can even talk directly to the design engineers and builders themselves. There's no faster, better way to get the answers you need. With the simple tools provided by Gyro-Trac with every machine and with a little guidance from the NEXUS service hub, the vast majority of level 1 and level 2 problems can be diagnosed and fixed the same or the next day in the field. If you have a level 3 problem, your GT Fast is there with NEXUS guiding them to get your machine running in the shortest amount of time.